welcome to Younib TV News at 1. Today being the 10th day of July, we have much lined up for you, including the controversial statement of President William Ruto that has left many guns blazing. As all of you know, yesterday the president ordered the police to shoot looters on the leg during protest. We have that story coming up in a short while, but first things first, our top stories.
Please relax. We want you to serve your one term. Nobody wants you out of government unconstitutionally.
May Boniface Karaoke, our great friend, rest in eternal pain.
Hapana. No, enough is enough. Haiwezi kuendelea tena.
Welcome. The funeral for Boniface Karaoke, the mask salesman who was shot at a close range in the streets of Nairobi during the protest on June 17th, is scheduled for this Friday. Karaoke will be laid to rest at his rural home in Kangema, Murang'a County. At his funeral mass, which was celebrated at All Saints Cathedral, mourners praised Boniface as a diligent and law-abiding Kenyan. They have demanded that extrajudicial execution stop and that justice be served for their son.
May Boniface Karaoke, our great friend, rest in eternal peace. Pains me a lot knowing today that my friend who was working tirelessly in selling masks just to make a niche, he was shot dead by a police. Asubuhi na mapema tulikuwa na yeye, nilimpata akiuza bangles na akaweza kunieleza ya kwamba angeuza mask ili aweze kupata kitu. Manake hii barakoa mtu huwa anainunua at 150. So ungeuza hii barakoa at least ungepata faida ya at least 800.
I've buried 8 people in 1 month. Sasa nimetoka Kisumu kujenga shule, nimekuja hapa mheshimiwa nikasema sasa niende nikae na Kalia. Simu ndio imeingia. Sasa Eric nakupigia mtoto wangu amepigwa risasi. Tuchangie tunazika tena naenda kuzika. Tena nikizika huyu nikienda kupumzika tena simu inaingia. Mwingine ameshutiwa. Mtoto msichana mdogo hajafika hata 10 years.
And just as I was seated there, the President Dr. William Samoei Ruto just 10 minutes ago was given another order asking the police to shoot. Unajua katika hiyo chaos, you never know. You see, kuna mawe, kuna tear gas. So ukienda kupiga mguu, utapiga kichwa. So let us refrain from using bullets, whether live or rubber.
Not a must uwe watu ndio ukue kiongozi. Hiyo ongozi inakuja na inaisha. Uhuru alikuwa president. Right now tujui mali alienda. Hata wewe Kasongo utaenda. Lakini damu ya watoto utabeba hadi kwa kaburi.
Mazishi itakuwa kule Kangema, kijiji inaitwa Iego. Uwanja ambao inaitwa Kanda Githunguri. Huko ndiko tutakutana sisi sote. And tukiwa huko from there tutakuwa tumeanza kumlaza, tutamlaza nyumbani.
President William Ruto has challenged former Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua to provide evidence supporting claims that the government orchestrated violence and destruction of property in the Mount Kenya region. Speaking on Wednesday, July 9th, Ruto said if Gachagua has information implicating a government official in the violence, he should come forward and share it with the public. Ruto warned that the claims, if false, come across as insensitive to victims still reeling from the destruction of their business and properties.
Nasikia kuna mtu anatangaza ati ametoa taarifa kusema ati serikali ilipanga wahuni na watu wa kubomoa biashara na kuharibu biashara na kuchoma biashara ya watu wa jamii moja. Kama huyo mtu ni mwanaume kamili, atuambie hiyo hawa watu ni kina nani. Aende aandikishe statement, aseme ni mtu fulani, ni kiongozi fulani, ni sehemu fulani. Kutangaza tu mambo ya ujinga kwa mitandao ya mambo ya siasa is unacceptable.
President William Ruto has issued a warning to those who seek to destabilize the government by causing unrest will face harsh consequences. The head of state declares that he is unflinching and will not let the nation be overrun by unruly protests. President William Ruto has taken a historic step by ordering the immobilization of looters and astonished who are taking advantage of the protests.
Moi alikuwa rais wa Kenya, vile Kibaki alikuwa rais wa Kenya, vile Uhuru alikuwa rais wa Kenya, na kabla ya Moi kulikuwa na Kenyatta, na baada ya Moi kulikuwa na Kibaki, na baada ya Kibaki kulikuwa na Uhuru. Hii kisirani ni ya nini? Hapana. Hapana. Hapana, hapana. No, enough is enough. Haiwezi kuendelea tena. I will protect property ya wananchi wa Kenya, maisha ya wananchi wa Kenya, biashara ya wananchi wa Kenya. It is the responsibility of the government of Kenya, which I lead, that is going to make sure hii vita ya kuharibu mali na kuchoma biashara ya watu itakoma. Kwanza niliona ati wanasema ati sasa hawatangojea 2027 ati tupige kura. Ati wanataka kupanga fujo. Ati wapange maandamano. Ati wachome mali ya watu. Ati walete maafa Kenya. Ati ndio wapindue serikali ya Kenya kabla ya 2027. Mimi nataka niwaambie wajaribu. Watajua hawajui. Wasimuue lakini wapige hii miguu ivunjike ndio aende kotini, aende hospitali akienda kotini. Hapana. Hatuwezi kukubali mtu ambaye anaamuka kwake anaenda kuchoma mali ya mtu mwingine, biashara ya mtu mwingine. Iko haki hapo kweli? Mtu yeyote ambaye anaenda kupiga polisi, mtu yeyote anaenda kuvamia police station, that is a declaration of war in the Republic of Kenya.
Former Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua has denied claims that the opposition is planning to overthrow President William Ruto from power. Addressing the press on Wednesday, an hour after Ruto's statement, Gachagua said the one-term movement is not seeking to seize power unconstitutionally. Gachagua said the opposition, which has made it possible its position clear, only seeks to remove Ruto from State House through the ballot in 2027. He criticized Ruto for alleging that there is a scheme to overthrow his administration. Gachagua said the claim is an excuse to haunt opposition leaders.
The people of Kenya. The people of Kenya are more angry than you are. They are angry because you have overtaxed them. There is wanton corruption. There is abductions and extrajudicial killings. There is ethnic profiling and other ills that bedevil your administration. This narrative you are creating that there is an attempt to overthrow your government is for you to have the opportunity to use a terrorism act to profile communities and to persecute leaders who are opposed to your administration. Please relax. We want you to serve your one term. Nobody wants you out of government unconstitutionally. Nobody has any plan to overthrow your administration, Mr. President. We want to face you on the ballot in August 2027. To ask my children, my sons and daughters, to consider applying the next onslaught against President William Ruto by getting IDs and registering as voters so that they can deal with William Ruto on the ballot. Ruto is working with governors and MPs allied to him to destroy businesses owned by the Kikuyu, the Meru, and the Embu, and blame it on people who don't support his administration. You have turned against the community. You are trying to mobilize other Kenyans to profile them and to fight them, but they have refused. These same people from Mount Kenya have the capacity to support somebody else. It must not be you. And they proved that they are not tribal by voting for you when you are Kaleji. They can vote for a Kamba. They can vote for a Kisi. They can vote for a Luya. They can vote for a Maasai. That sense of entitlement that you are having to the Mount Kenya vote is misplaced. Officers are now on record threatening citizens who are in their homes, boasting of their license to kill, acting with a confidence that can only come from the highest echelons of power. In fact, I would like to clarify that the National Intelligence Service has procured Subarus to give an impression that this killer gang is from the DCI. The truth of the matter is that this has nothing to do with the DCI. This is the National Intelligence Service. And this squad of 101 people was formed when I was still in government. Officers were recruited from the Administration Police Unit for special training by NIS on abductions, killings, and cover-up. And this is a squad that is killing the people of Kenya.
We are taking a short break and we'll be back with more news updates.
Ever the best. Hallelujah.
Welcome back. Even though the protests are over, there is still anxiety in some areas like Kirinyaga, Githurai, Kiambu, and Ruiru. Along the Thika Road Highway, traders say gangs carrying crude weapons, who are allegedly transported in buses and lorries, still raid stores, intimidate locals, and force early closures. There have been reported losses in the millions of shillings. Charles Kibathi, the Roysambu County Police Commander, has refuted these allegations nonetheless.
Saizi kuna tension all over. Hata ukiangalia pande zote watu hawako salama.
We were still rebuilding. We are still trying to reach somewhere so that you can say this, the business is stable. We were being helped by our suppliers to grow. Right now, we don't have anything. We are scared because we don't know if they'll come tomorrow or even today because they were here yesterday again. So we're just hopeful. We don't know. We don't know where to run to.
It is so devastating. This business I started like 10 years ago, and like I lost everything in a day.
Kulingana ile uvumi ilikuwa inasambazwa hapa jana usiku ya kwamba iko magenge walikuwa nasubua watu hapa Ruiru. Nataka kudhibitisha kwamba hiyo habari ilikuwa imetoka ni ya uongo.
Bozi niambia demonstrator ana demonstrate mpaka saa 5 usiku kwa estate. Imefika mahali nakuja kwa estate wameanza kuingia kwa manyumba za watu. Hiyo siku nyingine mtaanza kuja mabibi zetu kwa manyumba. That's why it looks rugged.
In Kirinyaga West, angry Mukithi villagers stormed the Barichu police station with the coffin of Joseph Nguru Munyao, who was killed by unidentified attackers last week. The locals sought justice for the deceased guy and accused the police of being incompetent. Angry mourners who were going home from Kirugoya, Wachera dumped the body at the station and caused a fracas for about 2 hours.
Mse alikuwa beste yangu, tulikuwa tunapiga biashara na yeye alikuwa mtu mzuri, tulipata ameuawa hapa chini na tunajua mwenye ameuawa. Justice ya Godi. Usipopata pia sisi tunachukua sheria mikononi yetu kama wananchi, kama majenzi. Tuandamane mpaka tupate justice ya morio wetu.
Anafanya kazi yake ya pikipiki ameuawa. Kwa nini? Mwenye kumfanya hivi kumuua?
Akachukuliwa na pikipiki yake, akapelekwa kwa kichaka, akatiwa kitanzi, isemekana amenyongwa, lakini walikuwa wamemfanya hivyo, na mwenye kufanya hivyo anajulikana ni nani. Wanajulikana. Sasa anasema amebakisha watu wanne.
Na wanajua wale ambao waliua huyo mtu. Kwa hivyo polisi tunawaambia wachukue hatua ya kukamata hao watu.
Na uchunguzi kuconfirm kama ni suicide ama ni murder. Na uchunguzi iko at high stage. So tunaendelea nao, na kuna wale watu ambao tumejaribu ku-identify. Tunaendelea na uchunguzi wetu ili tukuje na concrete case. Na anyone ambaye amehusika na hii maneno, sisi tunasema na tunahakikishia wananchi ya kwamba lazima atashikwa na lazima mkono wa sheria.
On to matters sports. With a decisive street sets victory over Morocco, Rwanda's national paravolley team advanced to the competition finals. Rwanda dominated the match from beginning to end, winning 3-0 with sets of 25-18, 25-17, and 25-17 to guarantee a spot in the final against continental heavyweight Egypt. In an exciting match, Algeria held Egypt to a tie, and Kenya finished the campaign in 5th position. The Kasarani Indo Arena will host the eagerly awaited final match between Rwanda and Egypt.
Tumekuwa na shughuli mbalimbali za kuhakikisha kwamba michezo inaenda vizuri. Kwanza tumekuwa na shughuli za kukagua wachezaji, kuona viwango vyao vya ulemavu viko vipi, ili tuweze kuwa na mashindano ambayo yako sawa.
And I am so happy for my team is qualified for the final and already qualified China. This meaning my team is our way and our target. Already we planned for that to coming here to qualify for China. The team was very good from both of sides. They fight until last point. So we are happy that we are get this card to qualify and played in the final against the Egyptian team.
Last year, until now, even during the night, we didn't sleep away because we think about this game, because we came here to get tickets to the China on World Cup. So we did it. It's a very.
And that story brings us to the end of today's news bulletin right here on Younib TV. Thanks so much for staying with us and choosing to get informed with Younib TV News at 1. And not forgetting the crew here in studio that has made this live broadcast a success. Thank you so much. Until next time, have a great afternoon. I have been your host, Peninah Wachera.